We are here in Northwest Arizona, in Kingman, Arizona, the bastion, the anchor of Route 66 history. Not to see Route 66 history, but to see some pioneer history. We are headed out to the Black Mountain Range, about 30 miles from here. Specific spot is Union Pass. First reconnoitered by the Beale Expedition in 1857. And first settled by today's subject, the Richardsons, and the Richardson Homestead. If you ever get out to this part of Arizona, Kingman's a pretty neat little stop, especially if you're into Route 66 history, all kinds of neat little shops and stuff like that. This train is right across the street on that side from that building right there. The old powerhouse building is a awesome Route 66 museum. If you look off to our left here, you can see a road that just heads right off to the mountains. Those buttes that are out there, that is Union Pass. We'll be taking Highway 68, head out towards Laughlin, Nevada. Alright, this is the old Highway 68. They had us go over the pass, then come back, because there's a median in the center. This could be a little tricky. I have to find a road. I'll get us off on the side here. We want to be on the right side. That's got to be the old 68 highway down there. Yeah, I see a chimney. I think this is it. Pop this gate open. Always close the gates behind you, if they're closed when you get there. All right, here we go. Already seeing some foundations here. Definitely a little oasis up here. I can see why they would have traveled to the top of the mountain up here. It's almost like a basin. A lot more vegetation up here. Now let's park here and walk around. So we've actually made it to the homestead, Richardson Homestead, and right over my shoulder, looks like some folks are out here exploring. I don't see anybody right here in the immediate vicinity, but they're probably out here hiking. What an awesome little area. And actually, the new Highway 68 is right behind you. You can see right over the homestead, that orange wall or that rust-colored wall up there, that's Highway 68 that goes back and forth between Kingman and Laughlin, Nevada. But you can see all these buttes up here. They're just really cool that you're in the center of them. I don't know if you noticed on the way in, there's some very old pavement here. Old blacktop, macadam, whatever you want to call it. And I believe that this is actually the old Highway 68, which I think follows the actual Union Pass. The path that Beale took. Up there, yeah, you can see, man, this must have been a pretty little harrowing highway. I mean, you can see the pavement coming down there. I mean, it's probably 50 years old or so, and it's just pretty much gone. It's all this wash right here just took out the roadway. There must have been some type of abutment here or something. Otherwise, this wouldn't last a whole season. So if you can live in the desert, or if you're going to live in the desert, one of the things you absolutely must have is water. And with the mountain range here, with all these buttes and stuff like that, the water must just channel right down through here where you can store water and, you know, grow the food that you need to and have water to drink. So catch it when you can, I guess. So the Richardsons came up here in 1897. They had 3 kids. And they lived in the stone cabin through the 1930s. Unfortunately, this is right by the highway, and a very traveled highway. So there's lots of graffiti and stuff. You're not far from Laughlin or Kingman, as I mentioned a couple of times. I couldn't imagine 3 people living in this maybe 15 by 15 cabin. Of course, we're kind of warped views with our 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 square foot homes that people live in these days. So you can see they had a fireplace, and I'm guessing above us was some type of loft. And you can see the grates that would allow the heat to rise. The walls were all covered in, I'm assuming, like a plaster and cement. You can see how thick these walls are with the beadboard on them. Looks like they made it as nice as they could. There was a wood floor. It was framed up. There's hopefully no danger of falling through. Looks like the floor was framed up over the dirt, filled in, and then the plank flooring put on top. But this was to have wood flooring like that in these pioneer houses back in the 1890s. You had to haul it up the hill, so it was pretty high living to have these kind of floors and finishes and stuff like that, even though it wasn't that big. Both Mr. and Mrs. Richardson lived here, like I said, till 1940. Mr. Richardson passed away in 1935, and his wife passed away in 1940. We can see, I mean, that's a pretty substantial structure. I mean, those walls are a couple feet thick, and look at the chimney up there. That's pretty massive. You can see it from the highway up there. But they had, over their years here, built a pretty nice set of accommodations. We got some shelving there. There's a secondary cabin over here. Again, unfortunately, there's lots of graffiti and stuff. I apologize if there's something you see that's a little disturbing, but I would say when they had kids, this was probably put up at some point in that duration. And this looks like shed after shed, because you can see an exterior wall with louvers there, and it must have been moved out over the years. They had extensive gardens because of the cistern that I'm actually looking for. There's at least 4 or 5 buildings up here, and there's one collapsed across the old Route 68. But right here you can see pretty good evidence of gardening. My assumption is that this may have been just like a small garden area, and you can tell, at least at my house, if you don't do something like this with a wall and some type of chicken wire or something like that you see over there, the animals here will come and get it. They maybe started their gardens here. Must have been some type of tool shed or garden shed in here. Yeah, there's nothing really left. Well, you can see this area where the water comes through. I'm sure in monsoonal storms and stuff that this is just a rager. Well, you can see the highway structure up there, so this was built over. But this wash, this wall here and all this, where it came through, has been here, I'm sure, for a very long time. But they've necked it down there so you can see underneath, probably about 50 feet of highway, is a flue or whatever you want to call it, so that the water from that side of the mountain on the other side of the highway can come down through here. But I'm sure that kind of increases velocity. Let's go see what else we can find. Back by the garden shed, you can see all these terraced rock walls here, probably to keep the erosion from coming down, and I'm assuming that's probably some of what maybe the gardens were set on too. Here's yet another building. This actually looks like it was a garage. I would think that in the teens, 20s, they probably picked up a car being right on the highway. Would have made sense. It does seem kind of car-shaped. Yeah, that's the Highway 68 out there, and old Highway 68. Looks like a driveway would have come right up into here. Park your Model T or your Model A right in here. Yeah, not a bad little garage. Here's yet another stone structure. We'll walk up there and see what's going on there. Not certain if these were limping accommodations or, again, really thick walls. Some shelves in here still existing. Here, these things are not too terribly long for this world. Well, here's more of a modern encumbrance. Looks like they may have pumped their water up to this tank so that they had gravity feed back down to the house. I didn't see any internet evidence that anybody else lived up here after the Richardsons. It's kind of an overview of the homestead property. This was an add-on to the main stone cabin. I'm guessing it may have been a bathroom. I can see a lot of tile in there. Maybe it was put in the 20s or so. There's definitely, I would say that was a base to a shower. You can see the drain in the middle. I'm going to venture across the road here, see if I can't find that last building I'm looking for, the cistern. Now this building, I'm not sure what was here. You know what this is? This is a gas station. I didn't see that mentioned anywhere. This is a pump pad right here. So you'd have 1, 2, 3 gas pumps. Probably, what do they call them? Full view or clear view? The ones with a glass bubble on the top so you can see your gas getting pumped in. This was one side of the post, that was the other side, and then there'd be a canopy over top. And this must have been the old gas station. Let's go explore this rugged old butte here. Well, I'm running out of time. I cannot find that cistern anywhere. I'm sure someone will point that out that has been to this place before. I don't pretend to have all or the correct information, but I present the information that I have. I think we're going to head back over to the bike. Guess I'm running out of time to get back to Casa del Huaco. Well, we say goodbye to the Richardson homestead. Lovely homestead. Couldn't have been a more beautiful area to be in. I don't know what they felt about it when they lived here, but they were here for somewhere around 40 years. Raised a family. I assume they were successful at gardening. See how they were here so long. And I head down the highway. Well, I appreciate you watching. Thanks for watching any and all of my videos. Please comment, subscribe, ding that bell so you get notified when I put up new videos. Like and share. Adios. Gracias.